Facebook Live again. We coming right back in there because we coming right back in there. This is for our brothers and sisters. Most of our brothers and sisters over there in Kansas City, Missouri. Hold on. Stay by your phone. I'm gonna call you right back. Stay by your phone. Stay by your phone. I'm gonna call you right back in a second.
Okay.
All right. This video right here, we're gonna keep on hammering this home in a way that as it relate to business. You know what I mean? Because if these people in these days come up had a way, we gonna be all the way in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So while they people trying to do all types of things to cut the Hebrew off, to put him in, keep him in a slave type of situation, we're coming on here again because we here in Kansas City, I mean, I know when I say we, I collectively speak of the we as it relates to the brothers and sisters in the spirit. We don't have many of our brothers and sisters in the flesh that have comprehended that type of mindset. But if the kingdoms of this world are going to become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, then we're going to have to withdraw our hand from these heathens as it relates to our finances. That means that all the way down from clothes to garments, we need to start finding a way to spend our money with our brothers and support our brothers and our sisters. You understand what I'm saying? And as best as we can do. Because, man, I'm telling you, man, these heathens are a trip. You don't believe me? You just go to one of these gas stations. You know what? I was in the store a couple of days ago, right? And so I went up in the store, and I forgot I was getting some Rolaids. I had a little indigestion, and so I was getting some Rolaids and pulled a dollar out of my pocket, and I threw the Rolaids up there, and the little Arab dude, he's like, that's like $2.60. So I said, what? For this little bitty pack of Rolaids? And he started laughing. So I was like, damn. I said, the whole world going into poverty. The whole world going into slavery. And he started laughing, right? Him and the little white guard cop. And I said, y'all too. Y'all on y'all's way. I said, the whole world going into slavery. Y'all on y'all's way into slavery and poverty. And the way that he looked at me, I understood that he identified with what was being said. Because he know. These heathens, they know exactly who these Negroes are. And that's why they treat you the way that they treat you. They take your money and then treat you any kind of way that they wanted. These Asians in these wig shops, in these Chinese shops. Listen, sisters, listen. You better start embracing what the Most High have done for you. As a sister, if he gave you nappy and kinky hair, you should be thanking him for the nappy and the kinky hair, because it is that type of thing that causes you to be a peculiar people. He said, if you're going to be peculiar, then you got to start accepting yourself how the Most High made you. And once you do that, you will see just how beautiful you really are. It's because you go into these wig shops and buy this hair weave and all this nonsense. You don't understand. They done attach poison to it that's designed to kill your hair follicle so that you'll have baldness and your hair won't grow and you'll be forced to it. It ain't nothing but liquid. It ain't nothing but a different form of crack to now bind you to something that is no good for you, and then you ain't gonna be able to get rid of it because it's gonna make your hair fall all out and it's gonna kill your hair follicle where it's not gonna grow back, and you're gonna be forced to wear it, all because you're not content with who the Father made you to be. He made you to be like that because you're a peculiar people. When you start putting your garments on and your clothes on and our Hebrew attire, yeah, the world looks at us funny. You understand? Because they done even made us to look at each other and view each other funny when they see us and you're even ashamed to wear your own customs and your own garments and your own clothes. But guess what? It is these garments and these clothes that causes you to stand out from everybody else. And while you're not accepting what the Father done for you, other people are embracing it. And I told y'all that every time I turn around, somebody want to think that I'm a Muslim. Or even the Muslims want to think that I'm one of them. But I have to stop and say, nah, I ain't one of you. I am the children of Judah that was sold into slavery at your hands, at your forefathers' hands. I'm not one of you. But they want to say that I am one of them, or we look like one of them because of the garments that we wear. When our people fail to understand that even in their holy Quran, it states in 2nd Surah that above all the nations of the earth, we sought that the children of Israel would be our instructors. And so when they see the garments, they think that we're one of them. It is not that we're being like them. It's this, that we were the teachers and the instructors of the world. We taught them what garments that they should wear. And this is the way that they dress like they dress as a result of what we taught them. When you look at Roman Catholicism and they want to wear their robes and they want to wear the garments and this and that and the other, that is because that is what they learned. And they assumed the identity of the true Hebrew people and then taught us to be ashamed of what was rightfully ours as though it was really originally theirs. And so we are ashamed of our own stuff. And the kingdoms of this world will never become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ until we come back to being a peculiar people that the Most High meant for us to be in the beginning. Okay? Because when the Father come back, he said, when I come back and crack the sky, I'm going to judge them that are of foreign, strange apparel. He said, them that got strange garments on, them that got hair weave adorning what I gave the sister. The brother out there walking around with a suit and a tie that the heathen put on him. He said that apparel is strange to me because I wanted my people to be peculiar and I wanted them to look a specific way as they moved in the earth. And that it was power that was attached. It was electricity that was attached to our clothing. It was energy that was attached to the clothing that we wear. It was a spirit attached to the clothing that we wear that made us a peculiar people that nobody could stand in the presence of. Howbeit that you cannot be satisfied with being peculiar. You want to be like everybody else. We want to be like the heathen. So when we go and do something, we put our suit on, we put our tie on, we put our brim on. Know you not that when the children of Israel got on those ships, the heathen was wearing the suit, the heathen was wearing the tie, the heathen was wearing a bow tie, the heathen was wearing a brim or cowboy hat. And what do? We do the same thing that the heathen done. And then you have the audacity to turn around and make fun of your brother when you see him coming through peculiar, unlike anything else that you ever seen, looking like nobody else, and you ashamed of that. That's why I said I wish I had 10, 20 brothers in Kansas City, Missouri, 10, 20 Hebrew brothers that can get dressed up in their garments, then go in there and storm the nightclub and show our brothers and sisters that's dressed in foreign apparel, show them what it looks like to be royalty, what they really supposed to look like. Because what they really doing is they having a high admiration. When I start letting this beard grow out, everybody was always talking stuff. Man, you need to cut that thing off. Man, that thing is getting too long. Boy, look at your hair. You need to comb your hair. You need to do this. You need to do that. When I woke up one morning with the Spirit on me and declared that I want to look like the peculiar treasure that my Father wanted me to look like. So it declared that I wasn't going to cut no hair. Declared that I wasn't never going to cut my beard no more. And when it started growing out, the very people that was making fun at me was the people that looked just like me. And what they don't realize is that the Father made for them to look a certain way, but because of the instruction of the heathen, you're too ashamed to look like the Father wants you to look. And now that the beard done grew all the way down my chest, when I go out somewhere, it's instant attention because the people ain't never seen nothing like it before. And it's peculiar, and they don't understand that's what the Father meant for us to look like. And when we collectively come together as a body of people, accepting who we are, accepting the fact that he made us different, accepting the fact that he made us to be unlike anything else. He made us to be unique. He made us, while the rest of the nations, the rest of the heathens are looking all the same, he made us to walk through the heathens with a peculiar look that they might know. And this is why one day when we come back to our full senses, it said the heathens shall fall down at your feet and shall declare, surely this be the people of the Most High. But when God come and crack the sky, he said, I am going to judge them that are of strange apparel, because he meant for his people to look a certain way. I'm going to judge them that's of strange apparel. Brothers, know you not that your beard It's a wardrobe to you. He said, I'm going to judge them that are of strange apparel, walking around with a goatee, walking around with a baby, with a face that's as smooth as a baby's bottom. He said, I'm going to judge you because that's strange to me. I put hair on your face and I done things that were unlike anything else I done to the other nations to separate you from everybody else. And so we got to be what we supposed to be, and we got to withdraw our hand from the heathen, and we got to withdraw our finances from the heathen, and we got to withdraw a lot of things from the heathen in order for the kingdoms of this world to become the kingdoms of his Lord and of his Christ. And that's one of the things that we aiming to do. As they declared that we didn't have a right to make no money off of their facilities when we was dealing with our skating fest and our skating party. Well, now we want our people to declare to them that if we can't eat, then you won't eat at our table. You won't eat at our expense. If we can't be fed right along with you, then you won't eat neither. Because if we withdraw our money, there is no way that your business can survive. No possible way that your business can survive. And so we aim to make the skating rinks in Kansas City, Missouri feel it as we seek to pull our people together. And it ain't just going to be about no skating a bit. This is going to be about remembering the days of old when Black Wall Street, when the Negroes withdrew their hand and started doing their own thing and produced Black Wall Street. The reason why they burnt it down and dropped bombs on it is because the white boy came to his senses that he couldn't survive without the Negro. And if he left them people alone to themselves, they were going to take over everything. And that's what they did. And that's what we aiming to get our people to understand. So we have to put on events to get our people together up under one roof so that we can impart these things to them. And so this May 27th in Kansas City, Missouri at Swope Park, we're going to have an all-out roll-off fest in the park. Skating fest in the park. Going to be absolutely free. It's going to be all day. Bring the children from the earlier hours of the day, and then the older folks, we're going to roll right on in. It's going to be absolutely free, and we're going to put this thing together on their most busiest day because we want them to feel what it's like when our brothers and sisters withdraw their hand. There is no kind of way that your rink will survive. When we was coming up, we shut skating rinks down when they didn't act right. We withdrew ourselves, but our brothers and sisters in this day, they don't have that type of mindset, but they're going to get it and they're going to learn today. And in this town, I'm talking about skating. In your town, it might be something else. You pull your people together and make them understand that they'll procure your treasure unto the Most High above all the people. But in order for them to walk in that, you have to first be satisfied with what he did for you to make you peculiar, and come out of that hair weave and get off of them suits and ties. Get you some real garments. Find out what the Father meant for you to look like. Quit cutting your beard off. So that's what it's going to be. So that's what it's going to be. So we wanted to come on here. We want to drop that out there. I'm fired up. I'm excited all over again about what the Father is doing. The heathen going out of his way to try to thwart the prophecy from fulfilling itself. But he is wrapped up. He's finished. It's over. It's a wrap. Bring whatever you want. Bring your martial law. Bring your UN troops. Bring whatever you want, because at the end of the day, there ain't going to be nothing that you can do to stop the rise of Israel. And if Israel going to rise, that means the rest of the nations must fall. And the Father giving us grace and strength by showing us right now that the nations are falling. The whole world done went into confusion, and they talking about Israel being a stumbling block to men, and they think that the Israel over there is what they talking about. But no, the greatest stumbling block that the world had ever seen is those that every nation on the planet had made slaves out of rise to the occasion. We are the ones that's becoming a stumbling block to every other nation. It's a fulfillment of prophecy, but ain't nothing that they can do, because the Father gonna write Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. And for those of y'all that don't know what it means rise up, O Israel. Rise up, O Israel. Brothers and sisters, when you start moving in the street, you start calling your brothers and sisters by their name, even if they don't understand. Shalom, young king of Israel. Shalom, young queen of Israel. You start calling them by their name, even though they don't even know that that's what their name is. They will become what you call them. So let's get it. Let's get it. 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 Shalom, saints. Shalom.